What's up, guys? There is a trick to getting earlier lockup on Sebenzas. If you're not really handy or you don't tinker a lot, I probably wouldn't do this because I don't know if you really could mess it up, but it's possible that you could pinch a washer or something doing this. I don't know, but if you're not used to tinkering on knives, probably just don't mess with this. But you can see that the lockup on this Sebenza is focus. It's locked on to this strider for some reason. So I'll block the strider. There it goes. You can see that the lockup is kind of late, honestly. Sebenzas used to come with earlier lockup. Curiously, around the time Neptune Knives made his video, CRK changed their lockup. So looks to be about 75–80%, and most new Sebenzas come in this range. I don't like late lockup most of the time. On Sebenzas, it's not really an issue, really at all, because the lock face is heat treated. Yeah, it is heat treated. It's not heat treated like steel. It's a process called carburization, not carbonization. People always do that. It's not carbonization, it's carburization. Anyway, it is heat treated, so the wear is minimal, although it does wear a little bit. So, if you want earlier lockup, which you can see is pretty late, about 80%, there's a way to do it. It's pretty easy. Take your Allen key. By the way, these fold-out Benchmade tools are amazing because you have the Torx tools on one side, and it's the most common sizes, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Then you have the Allen keys, and you have a Phillips head and a flat head, I think. Yeah, small flat head over here. These are great tools because you can adjust Sebenzas or regular Torx construction knives all in one tool. And it's small for travel. I have this thing with me everywhere I go, pretty much. Anyway, when the knife is closed, or it's actually better to do it about like this, you want the lock bar to be pressing on the blade. Go ahead and loosen the screws a little bit. I mean, they don't have to be all the way loose, but you want to feel this scale lift off from the other scale. So you want to feel it move around a little bit, and you'll notice that now our blade is off center. That's a good indicator that the scale is actually properly loosened. While the scale is loosened like this, you want to put your thumb on the lock bar side, and put your middle finger on the non-locking side and push up with your thumb and push down with your middle finger. So you're putting upward force on the locking side and downward force on the non-locking side. Okay? And while you are doing this, you want to tighten down the screws. And once you get those two tight, then you can kind of let your pressure go and just tighten the pivot. Now, blade's back centered, easy to open, yet the lockup is at about 45% now, and it'll stay there. Do not know why this works, but it does. I mean, you can see that the lock bar is now much earlier. It doesn't do anything to the lockup. It's still solid as a rock. The geometry stays the same, honestly, just due to the length of the lock bar and the angle on the lock face. But something happens. I don't know what. I guess some of you guys could speculate. I have a few speculations as well, but it's just conjecture, so I'll keep it to myself. But it does work on any Sebenza, large or small, inlay, plain. Haven't tried it on a classic, but it works. So you have early lockup now. You don't have to disassemble the knife or anything like that. It's just a neat little trick to get early lockup. And also, this fixes sticky locks. If your Sebenza has a sticky lock, most of the time this fixes it. It will actually take the stick out of the lock. So there you go, guys. Early lockup in a Sebenza. It takes like, what, 2 minutes to do? Not hard to do at all. Not hard to do at all. I also have a trick to make Sebenzas smoother, much smoother. I've actually done it to this Sebenza. This thing is cranked all the way down, yet the blade swings freely if you take the pressure off the lock bar. It is incredibly smooth. You honestly have to feel it to understand how smooth it is. This is a factory Sebenza. You take the pressure off the lock bar and you can kind of sling the blade down. This just swings freely. I mean, it is unbelievably smooth. And I'll make a video on this as well, but I don't know how many people should be messing with that, because it's kind of a really detail-oriented thing. You can take it too far and kind of ruin your knife. You'll have to send it in. But anyway, the lockup thing works on any Sebenza that I've tried it on, and it works great. And you're not taking the knife apart or anything, so it shouldn't hurt anything. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. If you have a Sebenza with late lockup, go ahead and try it, and let me know what you think. I've done it on just over 10 Sebenzas. I think 11 Sebenzas now. Not all of them mine, but I have done it on over 10 Sebenzas. So kind of a neat trick. Let me know what you think.